I don't know. That just doesn't. Something smells fishy. Hmm. Now I think this is what they do. This is how they make money. And I mean, it's turning into like car mechanics. They're like, oh my gosh, like the last thing they want to do is be like, you're okay, like you're okay. It's a hole in your mouth, like you won't have a tooth there, but like I mean, like, well, could you possibly be okay? Like, no, they're like, oh my gosh, like this is the end of the world, like we got to do this, and everything would be like special, like special surgery, special this, special that. No. Hmm. Hmm. That's the thing. I went to Aspen and I felt like they were trying to be weird too. Like I think they just have to like meet quota. Oh, 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 geez. Yeah. No. Oh my gosh! Just do everything at once. Bam, done. What the heck? Then they want to charge you another charge, like another trip. Nah. And does it bother you the place where the tooth is missing? Is it all healed? Yeah. Does any I was gonna say, does anything get caught or anything or no? Yeah, no, no, I don't know. Huh. At least think about it. Like, oh my god, yeah. I know that's the thing. Like, it's I don't know, and I just feel like everyone's doing that. Like they need to have problems so that they have like jobs. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh no. And she was in. She was like, oh my gosh, okay, like I'll go find the money somewhere. Oh my god. No, imagine like dental. That's like buying water heaters. Like we hate that. We don't want to buy hot water heaters. Or putting a new roof on your house. It's like, oh, who wants to do that? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like, yeah, it's annoying. No. Oh my gosh. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you can still go there, right, and still do that. Like, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, you could always just say you're thinking about it or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, right. Of course. Yeah. No, I mean it's just it's if it's not like a life threatening, if they're like, well, if you don't do this, you're gonna have an infection into your something or other. Then I mean, then you can like weigh it. Oh no, 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 no. Really? No. Oh So it's following you. It's a bit, just a hair off kilter, but it is following you. It's 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 okay, but it's when you leave. It'll just be interesting when you go to Trot and Kenna. We'll see if she keeps up with you. So how was he yesterday? What were you able to just kind of go through some basic things, or how did you? Okay. Mhm. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Mhm. Yep. Okay. Good. That no, he was. That was one of the nicest. I saw him going through his body. I mean, you didn't give him anything, right? Like he's just in normal. You know, I thought about that after. I'm like, oh my gosh, like he didn't like have something to make him feel more comfy, right? Like I mean, he seems really comfy. Yeah, good, perfect. Right. Yeah. I think the more that we get your body moving with him and letting him see that it's not going to be so painful for him to go ahead and try to go through his body and you're going to be better, he'll try more. And at this point, holding yourself in the saddle is what you need to do to make sure that you don't have it be so uncomfortable for him. And then you just try a little bit of it so that he doesn't get so, um, worried to try to stride out and give you more movement. So I want to keep going a little bit more with the stretches here. So just try to feel a little bit more the legs away, the rotation of your thighs coming open back a little bit. Is this the new beacon too? It is, right? The, that's the far one, right? That has something to do with it. Why? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Like you're in now. It's just when you get to the far side, his head gets off to the like I only see the back half of his body, but now you're like back in, so um, maybe she'll calibrate. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and put the feet back in, and I think let's still warm up trot rising and see what kind of energy he gives you. If he could stay a little bit deeper, that would be see if he can. What happens? Yeah. So but it doesn't have to be a big, powerful, energetic trot. It just has to be like organized. And if he's a little bit more into contact and a little deeper, it's fine. And then you'll grow the trot from here. So always think that you have to grow the trot. Like you don't just bam ask for it like right away. That's a big deal. We have to learn that too because you kind of spin them off their engine sometimes if we don't grow into it. Take the time, get them moving, try to see what we have to do to get them going better. It's kind of like boring. We don't want them to fall in. And just be careful he doesn't get too long in front, but not way shorter than that for start. So just a little bit more short rein. And I want to see if he does that a little bit with the head bob there, a little kind of as he does to make those turns. But this is typical to the right. Good. And try to hold him in that positioning and then try to add a little inside leg kind of when you sit and like in a quick way that you want him to like pick that right hind up and be more active, but don't let him run off. So that's where your short reins and you're still like the front half of him is still in a get going slow mode, and the hind legs now you're gonna start asking that you want his whole leg to like articulate a little bit more. You want him to really pick up his like he's stepping through mud or something behind. You have to like as it's if you're going on the correct diagonal, you know that when you're posting, if you're on the correct diagonal, you know when you're going up, 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 you know that's when the inside hind is coming as well. Obviously, you have to be posting on the correct diagonal. But, so it's definitely something with that beacon because it like loses you when you go by there, and then like now it finally catches up. But that's good. But it's good. It's okay. So when you're ready, we'll if you need a break, it's okay, and then we'll pick back up, trot again, and then change the direction. And if you don't like the transition, he doesn't respond right away. Take a minute, halt walk, and do remember those when we worked on the hind legs coming under. That was yeah. He was square there. A little bit right hind. Yeah. So you get kind of a little bit of a response in the feeling of first in just trying to get him to bring the hind leg under into the halt. Because if that's not there, it's a missing. We need to have it, right? It's something that you can brush up on and work with at this time. And it depends which days you can do it sooner, or later. But today seems like it's kind of since you did that transition, I could tell by your response that you want him to be a bit quicker. And we know the more that he gets quicker behind, the more that he gets shortened, we can't rush it, but we also like don't want to take forever, right? Because we know that he starts getting better the shorter that he is and the more he is on his hind leg. Like right there, it's so much better already, right? Right. You're recording, right? Yeah, this is good. And then sometimes you don't even have to go down to the walk. You just put him together a few strides, like you bring the same idea that you want to do in the walk halt, but it's the same action that you do, trying to ride those hind legs under, but you don't necessarily need to come all the way to the walk if you feel like you can get it done transitioning within the gait. And then later on, you'll start, as soon as you start stretching up and kind of getting ready to put those legs on, he'll already start saying, oh, she's going to balance me back. He'll start reading it more ahead of time. Opa. Yeah, make him, don't change the direction, don't change the direction, don't change the direction. Come back to the left. Come back to the left. Don't let him do that. He's going the other way. He won. No. No. Yeah, there you go. Good. And you just keep going. He doesn't have to get in trouble, but he's definitely not going to stop, because the thing with him, he likes to do this so that he can stop. So in that case, if he spooked off to the left and I was on him, I would have circled around to the left and kept going. Like, don't change the direction and let him do what he wants. And you keep going here. And then you're kind of like, well, this is kind of a fine canter. It's okay. And now you're going to canter, huh? So, sorry, Donner, you know. So now we're going to canter, and we're going to, believe me, we're going to canter for quite a long time. So just get comfortable. And start riding him the same, that he gets short. Feel him in your fingers. Feel him get shorter. Yes, 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 yes. Massage him in the bridle a little bit here. It's a little bit of a disconnect between your seat and your hands. So ride a lot your seat, ride a lot your leg. But also get a little bit, I don't love to say it, but get a little bit tough in the bridle and say, bring the nose down and a little bit in. I hate to say that, but I want him to soften when you put the legs and put the seat. And if he's just bracing up out there, then you've got to close your fingers a little bit. And then hopefully he'll soften, and then you won't have to be, you can go back to really nice hands. This is, I like your posture. I like your hands. I like your hips. I like your elbows. Keep working at this and breathe. So you don't hold your breath, because I think you need to have the endurance. You need to have you need to be able to do this forever and ever and ever. Like, keep cantering. Basic. It's easy. You should be breathing. We're not asking you to do anything hard yet. Good. Don't let him keep the 3 beats. Ba-ba-bum, 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 but don't let him run on. Think of getting the hind legs even more active. Good sitting. Massage him even a little bit there so he doesn't get too much out with the nose. Uh-oh. Good, keep going. All right, keep in the canter, and you're going to turn down center line. Nothing's different. Everything's the same. Ride him connected to both hands. Practice that your legs are soft. Try to feel that you're not. Yeah, this is good. Go to the left, go to the left, go to the left. We're going to the left. Go to the left. No, don't change the direction. Go back to the left. Turn left to the wall right now. Turn to the wall. Do you understand? So I didn't tell you to go left, but we're going left, right? So you turn left and you turn down left. So you always want to keep going left. Yeah. Yes. Good. Canter again. Good job. Yes. Yes. Ooh, what a little stink pot. Go left, go left, go to the left, go to the left. Turn hard to the left now. To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left, right to the left. No, right down to the left, to the left. Now go. Good job. Canter. Good. So now you're going to have to dig deep inside yourself and try to stay relaxed. Sit on your bum. We're going to circle here at this end. Good. Good. Tell yourself good. Tell him good. Keep bending left. Good. Keep cantering. And breathe. One more circle this way. And if it feels half decent, then you're going to go down the long side again after this. Okay, bend him left. So the next time when you come near to the thing, you're going to do a hard bend left, but keep cantering your seat and everything. He has to keep bending to the inside. Yep. And even a smaller circle. A little bit more jump. Don't stop. Don't quit. That's what he wants. He wants to quit. He wants you to get frustrated and stop. Don't twist yourself to the inside. And he has to do the work, not you. Yes, yes. Kick him with the outside leg. Say, come on. Come on. Hands down. And then you have to come back to calm and pretend like nothing's happening. Everything's fine. Don't twist your inside elbow back. Keep riding your right self of your body. Now you're going down the long side, and you're going to be prepared to make a small 10-meter circle at the gate. Be prepared. That much bend. I could surprise you and say, do a 10-meter circle right now. Aha. That's what you do. Very good. Do you understand? When you're coming on scary things, that's what he has to know is going to be his correction. So if there's a scary thing and he spooked you and you didn't know what's happening, okay, great. Then that's what we go through this kind of thing. If you know that you're coming to a scary thing, like the gate right here that he does every time, we're doing ultimate flexion left, but we're not leaving the track. So that in one moment you can make, if something happens, you're going to do an immediate circle to the left, really hard and really cantering, like at 10 meters. But there you can see when you put him in that positioning, he chooses to maybe just canter regular, doesn't he? Good job. So out of the next long side, the corner by me, by the camera, you're going to go on the diagonal, and you're going to keep the canter left lead. So start turning now to a short diagonal. So you give yourself room, bend him a lot to the left, and ride your left leg forward. Keep going. Out of the next corner, come on the diagonal again, back to true canter. Good girl. Yeah, and back to straight. As soon as you come back to straight canter, you should find that it's easy, a little rounder, a little deeper, and you'll do that again. On the diagonal, a little bit of a short diagonal so you have space to arrive and make the turn. Keep flexioning him left. Keep riding the left side of your body. Your left elbow, don't pull it back too far. Keep the canter jump in your seat. Don't quit. And again, back to the diagonal, back to true canter. Good job. And find that your body doesn't really go in mayhem for the counter canter, right? Good. That's okay. You can walk a second. I was just going to tell you to trot and walk anyway. All right. Give him a scratch and you can go the other way. Good job. Good. Nicely written everything here. I like that you used to get really out of whack and get really forward, and he would win in succeeding and making you feel a little nervous. And it's nice that you kept riding. Your focus has to still be those hind legs. He'll give in quickly. If you just keep like kind of laughing at him and saying, I don't care what you're going to do, like the more you jump around, the harder you're going to have to work. So just figure that out. And you can almost get annoyed and be like, I don't want to work so hard either. So, you know what I'm saying? You have to be a little annoyed, like, but not angry, if that makes sense. Because he wants to make you angry and make you like get all discombobulated. You can be annoyed, but get like, don't lose track of what, like, you don't stop what you're doing. The big thing that you have to remember there is what direction are you going? When you're going in the direction that you're going and they spook and they want to go off and change the direction and just, you know, just stop doing what we're doing, that's what he's trying to do. So you can't let him just go across the diagonal and then change the direction because he wants to go to the right. That's what he wants to do. And when you watch your video, you'll see it's immediately what he does. He spooks off to the left and he bends and out he goes to the right. Yeah. And the same thing that he wanted to do when you were coming down center line. But when you start saying, we are not changing course. Okay. You can spook, you can have a problem, whatever. We're like, you may go off the line a little bit, but we're going to go right back on the line of what we were doing. So you have to kind of pay attention to what you're doing. I didn't tell you on center line to go left, and then he started like spooking at the gate, and then before we know it, then I realized you were close enough, and I thought, oh yeah, she's trying to go to the right now. But in that case, whenever you're not sure, keep always going in the direction that you're going.
Because I actually went to the right because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, but you were cantering left, so for you to go make a canter to the right would be such a shallow. It would be so hard to do that counter canter turn for you. It just doesn't make sense. So if you think of it like that, then you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense because you were cantering. So you're cantering left lead. So for sure you'd kind of have to go left or you'd have to trot and then change your canter lead. This is like to help you when you're on your own too. Like when you have a problem, what should I do? What do I do? And for you to turn and him to change the direction, this is what he loves. This isn't new what he's doing with you. When we first started online classes, he would take off and, do these big lurches, and he'd always end up going the other direction. It's what he does. So he's clearly trying it with you so he can just get off. He just wants to shake you off the smell almost. He's like, I want to shake her off the trail. Like, I want to distract her almost so that we don't have to keep doing the work.
Yeah. It didn't work.
No. No, you're, and you just, and it's really hard because you don't want to get mad either. I don't know if that makes sense. You're not getting mad at him yet. Like if he would try to buck and rear, then I'd like growl at him and smack him and tell him don't do very bad things like that. But this is with him because we know him so well. We know what he does. This is a straight play from his playbook. It's nothing new. He's done it forever. You don't the thing that I know that works with him is you don't have to get mad, but you don't leave doing the thing that you're doing, and he surrenders really quickly. Yeah. Because he knows with me now enough that if he does everything very well, he's smart. We can end quick. If he does everything, just stay in order, and you might have a shorter ride. You might get rewarded for being, and like I know people say, well, that horses aren't that smart. I believe that they are. And sometimes we run into a problem where they're so intelligent that they have this little like, if you keep doing that, that's not good either, because it's like they get to that point where they're like, well, like I was really great for 25 minutes. I did everything perfect. We need to be done. We don't want that either. We need to know that we can always push. I always call it for the meat of the work. And the meat of the work can be a hard 5 minutes, a hard 10 minutes, a hard 15 minutes, but it's the hard work. It can be 20 minutes hard. But you have to decide what is needed. So with him, he doesn't need a 25-minute hard work yet. He needs a good, when you get a really good round of 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, I'm happy with that. Why? Why would I be happy with?
Consistent. I mean, that's what his struggle is. It's just being consistent and coming. If he's round, he's coming from behind, and that's the hardest part for him right now.
Because right now, what we need is about your test time, which is about 6 minutes. So we really need him to hold himself together in his life for 6 minutes. And that includes walk, trot, and canter. So if we can, if you're going and just in trot for 5 minutes and you're changing the direction, you're not doing anything hard, but we can consistently stay short enough and push enough with the hind legs and moving his back enough. That's the basis of, that's a good start. Obviously, we're doing more than 5 minutes, but what I'm saying is if you do your warm-up and we walk, trot, and canter and everything, and then now, we're going to call the meat of his work right now is your sitting trot. It's really not hard work for him. It's more hard work for you. But if we do a really good 5 minutes, you want to die. He wants to die. But that's okay. But it's going to turn to 7 minutes, to 8 minutes, to 9 minutes, to 10 minutes. And eventually you'll walk this horse and you'll ride hard for 25, 30 minutes, and then you'll walk him and cool him out. And that's it. That's how I run. So let's go ahead and ask for trot again.
Rising trot?
Yeah, let's still do rising. And if everything's going rhythmical and okay, and he's not taking those weird steps in the corner, don't forget to ride those corners with a revved engine and lift his pole a little higher and bend him for the turn. So he doesn't put his head down for the turn. For some reason I've lost you, but I'm sure, hopefully, oh, now she's really wondering. Hold on. Well, just keep going. Okay. Yep. Okay. Okay. So really ask him to see his right eye, but not too much bend in the neck, more bend in the barrel. And rev his engine and get those hind legs and squish his bum together for that whole quadrant of the short turn of the corner. And keep his pull a little higher for the turn. And remember, you have the control in your right hind. His right hind, if you're on the correct diagonal, when you're going up in the air, is your right leg. Now, 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 as it's coming, you can help that right hind and rev the engine. Don't let him run. That right hind coming. Keep him back. Better, better, keep him back. Keep his pull higher. Yep, his ears a little higher. Good, keep going, you're doing good. Okay, take a break.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, you're doing good. He's sweating, so it must be really hot in there. Okay, catch your breath again. We'll take a second, catch your breath, and we'll do the counter.
And do what?
We'll do the counter as soon as you catch your breath. You're doing good though, keeping his blaze much straighter. You're doing really well riding him to the right. Now,
You want me to post and then cancer or just cancer?
you can go ahead and just try canter if you're okay with it. Walk canter.
Go down the long side or stay on the circle?
I think I'd like you to go large.
Okay.
You can circle there and pick up the canter and then go large. It's fine. Yeah, and don't let him. You can tell when he backs behind you. You know it's not going to be a great transition. So you have to be, yeah, and sit heavy and push your seat. So I say sit heavy, but move with him, and you sit with a bit of a posture that says, "Don't you dare break. Going with you. Keep cantering." And remember, going to the right, he needs a little bit more help bending to the right. And going down the long side and going past the gate, keep him with ultimate bend. And you can ride that ultimate bend, ultimate flexion, and keep the canter shorter in front and jumpier behind. Keep it shorter in front and jump behind. Don't fall off to the outside. Keep him bent. For whatever reason, I lose you in the corner, but it does find you back. So just keep working. Ultimate bend past the gate if he's spooky. Good. When you find let's ask for the circle here, 20 meters. Keep your heels back underneath you so your calves are ready to help him. Keep your right shoulder back. A little bit right self back down the long side. A little less canter with jump. Jump, tap, tap him on the bum. Canter him back, collect a little bit, and then just a few strides jumping forward and down the long side. Good. Coming out of the next corner, you're going to go on the diagonal, short diagonal, Arrive a little early so you can do your counter canter. Whatever you do, don't stop. Massage your fingers, sit tall, and say, you got to push yourself together. I'm not going to work this hard. Good. Yep. Keep going. Beautiful. Diagonal again. Come back to true canter. Yep. Hopefully you find a little freedom in coming back to, oh, you get out of him. Canter right away. Canter. Now sit tall. And give him a good wake up that he has to go. Diagonal again. Short diagonal to the counter canter. Keep repeating the exercise. We're not going to stop. Make your seat jumpy. Jump. Now touch the fingers. Stay back in his frame and jump. Back to the diagonal. Keep the exercise. Come on, jump. Good. Again, one more time. Come back to the true canter. So we need to walk and canter rightly. Don't give up yet. Don't give up. We'll take a break in a minute. Canter right down the long side. Down the long side. Let's go. Rounder and the pull high bit. The nose a little bit more in. Don't let him put his head to the outside and his bum in. Push you stay to the inside. You stay to the inside. Down the long side. And then you're going to turn down center line and canter. Massage him. Help him for the turn. Don't raise your hands. Shorten the reins. You're going to go to the right. Shorten the reins. Get your hands down. Massage him shorter. You're falling off to the outside. Go to the right. Don't let him stop. We're almost done. Try to hold on one more second. Don't let him stop. Canter one more time. We'll break up here. So find a place where you really canter him on, canter him together, and then ask him for a walk. Good. And walk your feet. Walk. Good. Walk your feet. Walk. Good. Good boy. Keep him short. Catch your breath. And then we're going to do the last power bit here. I don't want you to let him too long and get too undone. Breathe very well now. Keep him short. Keep thinking that you're going to keep shortening the reins in the walk. You're going to take a break, but he's not taking a break. I mean, he's breaking, but he has to stay short. That's right. Keep his pull up. Keep your feet moving. And breathe. Really nice. Yeah, good. Good boy. Good reaction there. Did you catch your breath enough? Okay, we're going to do the power part now. We'll do sitting trot. Let's hold this strap. Since we worked quite a bit in the canter, we won't kill you so long in the sitting trot. So let's go for trot. Hopefully your body's a little tired, so you'll sit the trot better. Down, flat, ball. Lift. This is good. Lift. Now hold into the walk in your seat and belly, in your core. Now open the thighs and lift and go. Open the thighs, legs away 5 times, and lift your front part of your seat more, higher, long, bum, legs away. Legs away. Find the bounce in your seat without your legs. Keep going. Lift, and let your elbows join. Good corner. That's quite nice there, the hind legs stepping for you better with this little trot. Hold and slow the trot. Walk. Open and go. Shorten the reins and keep your hands on the strap. Good. Really go with the movement more. Feel like you're going with him more. And really go. And hear the breathing. I like the bend. I like that you're not letting them leave the track. This is quite nice. Bounce a little bit more striding. A little bit less. A little more. Open the thigh. You're going to go on the diagonal. Don't leave the strap. Keep your hands on the strap and ride him with your body. Changing the direction with your body, your legs, your knees, your thighs, your hips. Everything tells him something. Close the outside of your body to bring him around and bounce your seat. I don't care about his head. This is perfect. Bounce the back part of your seat bones in the little ledge and a little shorten the reins. Don't stop. And breathe. Yeah, tuck your legs. Tuck, both legs, and don't let him change the direction. You do your left leg, sit back, left leg, hard, left leg only, your inside leg only, and trot, and bounce the ball. Ha, ha, ha. And then if he's good, relax the legs, and go. And bounce the ball. Nothing is a problem now. Step back. Tell him, I cannot do all this in my body. I cannot. You have to do it. Left. Almost done. Left. 3. Let go and bounce the ball. Lift. Yes, touch the calf, touch the thigh. Inside leg, touch. Inside leg, touch. Over touch the inside leg here just to be ready for that gate, ready for that possible problem. And then left, yeah. Good job. Really good what you did. Good job. When you cross best to you, come walk. Good. And let him go out slowly and give him a scratch. Good. Much better. Does that make any sense for what he does to you there, the long side, and how you have to ride it? And how if you're really quick with your timing and that correction with your inside leg, he'll be like, oh, she's gonna do it too. He's like, I'll just sit on the long side then. It's just not working. And then if you he goes, then this is when we reward him. If you say, listen, I give you the inside leg and you keep going straight, I'm not gonna give up my position. I'm not gonna give up brain length. I'm not going to make you go super forward. You're giving him that, right? In your kind of your negotiation. But he has to just stay little, steady, doing. It's not hard. Doing. You just get on the long side. You have to accept it when you want to ask a little inside leg, a little bend, a little flexion. You just going. And that's it. And this is home base. So later on we'll call this home base. And when we start to do things, laterals and more trot and whatever, we say, okay, come back to home base. This is it. Come back. Okay, we're losing track. Come back to home base. Come back to this. Don't. And you need to know what it is. He needs to know what it is. And it's almost like your resting pose. If you're doing yoga and you have to go to down dog for me was very painful in the beginning. It hurt my wrist, hurt my arms, my neck hurt, everything hurt. And I remember Mara saying to me, this is okay, now we're going to rest. Let's go to down dog. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in fire in down dog. Left leg. Your left leg. Make sense?
Yeah. Yesterday, I actually, with my elbows back, I was able, and I watched myself in the mirror, my hands, I let go of the strap, and I was able to keep my hands pretty pointy.
Yeah.
And not like all,
Yep.
It looked like I was holding the strap in the mirror.
Yeah. Because you'll kind of hold with this horse, he's a little different. You'll hold him a bit in the mouth. So you will feel, when you learn to keep your hands there, you won't be holding on to him for your balance, but you also will be holding him a bit there. So, but you have to get comfortable with sitting like this. And this is the only way I know and that works to repeat and repeat and repeat till he knows and you know, and it's this boring, basic home base that you have to always be able to get it. Like if all hell breaks loose, then home base, home base. Okay, what's home base? Home base is this. Steady, down alongside. Stay on the track, train track. You're just going around the train track. You're just doing miles, miles and miles.
Ready to like sit the trot early today, and he had to be a staker. I was like, oh, I'm ready to sit this trot.
Yeah. But I'm glad we did more from the canter, and I'm glad we did the counter canter because your counter canter is not becoming such a problem.
It was much better today than yesterday. So that was really
and you have to learn that the counter nothing changes. Don't you feel that? Nothing changes. You just keep riding in the left canter. You're going left. Keep riding. Jump him even more in the counter canter. And then when you come back to true canter, it'll be like a relief, and they'll be a little bit more supple. And when we're sure that you get this without breaking, we'll start adding the serpentine.
Okay.
But you can't you get in you're in left canter and you're coming over to the diagonal, and then you're like, okay, before at the diagonal when you cross center line, you know you're going to start the counter canter portion. So you can't get in your crotch and start doing things differently. No. You have to be totally fine with riding because it's the same. You're just doing it using the wool, but the diagonal that we're doing and doing the half of the 20-meter circle in counter canter, realize that you're doing half of a 20-meter circle in counter canter. It's just in a different place.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're doing it. You're doing it with rolls on 3 sides. So when you do the half of the 20-meter circle at E or B, you have to pretend like you're at the short side. And you're going to ride that half of a 20-meter circle with imaginary. Well, you have 1 wall. You just have to make 2 walls on either side.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
You're already doing it. You're just doing it at a different place.
Right.
So once you feel like you can sit down in the counter canter and then no worry and you're going to start to do the shallow loops, and then we'll start to put it into there, and then we'll start doing canter walks, and then we'll start doing canter walk, counter canter, and those things again. And once we start getting we're going to work with the sitting trot, and once we start getting to the point where you start feeling like you can let go and just hover your hands above the strap, you're not holding onto the strap, then we need to try to figure out how long you can hold that. So if it's between S and, P or V or wherever, wherever it is, then we have to start saying, okay, especially when you're on your own, you've got to push a little bit longer, or more. They can be shorter times, but more repetitions. And then we'll go back to holding the strap, and we'll do shoulder ins and haunches in, holding the strap, with bouncing the ball. And then eventually you'll start having your hands for that too. And then we'll work a little bit too with we need a little bit more with shortening and lengthening. And just keep bringing him shorter and get him more on his hind legs. I think that's good for today.
Yeah, he sweat. Finally, he sweat a little bit.
You got a good sweat today. He's glistening, so.
That was good.
Oh, really good. Okay, so now, so tomorrow, how is your schedule? Do you want to online again?
Tomorrow I have to present a presentation at 9 a.m. It's only a half an hour.
Okay.
And then that's it. I mean, that's all I have to be at my desk for at that time.
Okay. So tomorrow I'm trying to go to Ligonier in the afternoon.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to ride my horses in the morning.
Okay.
Which that would be good. And then I might have the little girls that are here on vacation, 2 little girls for lessons. I might try to squeeze them in. So I'm thinking maybe we might do maybe when we're driving to Ligonier, that could be a good time. So My only problem is Juan's not here. He's up there now, and I don't know what the schedule is yet. But I would think that we'd probably be driving there around 4 or
Okay.
around this timing again.
Okay.
So we could do as we're driving because to go to there we always do it at this service.
Okay. That works.
Okay. I'm into the online seem to be working right now because I feel like we're getting a lot of we're totally fine.